cannot be shown kindness to. You wonder why God doesn't bless you. Is because you have never blessed anybody. So you are not registered among part of the friends of God that God can use. So if God wants to feed somebody, God can tell you, go and feed this one. So that in the days you two need to be fed, he will supply for you. When you begin to advance in the spirit, you join yourself with an assembly beyond you. Why? Because this is the word of man, but this word of man is ruled by spirit. And that's to let you understand that there's what is referred to as spirit cities. As you see cities on the earth, there are cities in heaven. And our advantage lies in how much more we are known in that city. And whether you like it or not, there is an assembly in heaven. And anytime we gather, we are also in an assembly there. And until you understand that there is an assembly beyond here, you will never see the need for you to pray. Praying to go to where? One guy came and met us. You know, while we were on campus here, I don't know whether we used to do all the kind of strange prayer we used to do before anyway. While we were on campus here, you know, that time Apostolically came and told us, that time he was doing NYC in Kano. So he told us that he believed that any believer that cannot remain praying will backslide. It's just a matter of time you backslide. No matter what they are teaching, if you like go to Bible school, you still backslide. We thought it was a lie. But after 2 years, 3 years, we saw our friends that mentor us backslide. We now realized that that thing was true. So we look for a bush, we look for other mountain. There is a mountain called Anua and all of. We look for them and we began to pray. It became so worse that some of us, even after they give us break to go home, we will not go home. We will stay back in school and we are praying. Drinking Gade every day and we are praying. And when our friends come back from home, we now realize they are more carnal than we that remain in school. So we have to be able to begin to hold their hands when we are praying so that they can receive strength. I will now realize that truly, when a believer fails to pray and refuses to pray, it doesn't take long, he will be expired. Because the way a man prolongs his expiring date in this spiritual journey is to ensure that he remains praying. So everything will come to attack your prayer life first before it will attack anything. As a spiritual person, there is no way you can sustain the Spirit of God without praying all the time. It's not possible. And I've realized there is nobody that prays in this kingdom that failed. It's not possible. And there is nobody that succeeds in this kingdom that does not have a healthy history of prayer. How did you become a pastor without prayer? Bible school is too weak. How do you become a prophet without prayer? How do you become an apostle without prayer? When we look in the archives of your life, where was the testimony of your journey where you were bent in the place of prayer? And I realized that the campus was a place put in place to ensure that we are structured aright, that our spirit is enlarged so that we can be able to survive the calamity in the outside world. And until a man prays, his spirit cannot be open to be able to contain God. The problem is not God, the problem is you. And because you lack the capacity to be able to contain him, he will come and yet again you can receive nothing. Men and women that begin to journey into the cities in the realm of the spirit begin to seek an advantage. Do you know there's a city referred to as Zion? Do you know there's a city referred to as Babylon? Do you know there are cities referred to as Bethel? Do you know there are cities referred to as Peniel? Do you know that you can journey into a place referred to as Mahanaim? Do you know that there are places and locations in the spirit? You don't care. And because you have failed to pray, all your life is confined to the earth. And peradventure you have an encounter, you see a demon coming from your family, coming from your village. Do you know you can advance beyond them? Because you have never cared to pray. By the time you remain consistent and begin to pray, you now realize the realm of the spirit was designed to be a battlefield, so that only those that survive can excel on the earth. And anyone that fails to fight will die naturally, or they will become part of the casualty in the earth. Apart from cities in the spirit, there are entities in the spirit. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, thrones, and dominions. Spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. The devil does not like you. Your face is not to find the way you think it is. Why? Because entities remain in the spirit, and their job is to be able to resist you as much as possible. So we survive by war, because we know that if we are going to have a voice upon the face of the earth, if anything we excel, we must be able to conquer those entities. Why do angels exist? If angels exist, demons exist. If demons exist, thrones, principalities exist. Everything you see that God has in existence, the devil has already counterfeited. And because he has counterfeited, you should know that you will face resistance. How all of a sudden you hear a voice telling you, kill yourself. You hear a voice telling you, steal, lie, watch pornography, masturbate, do this. How, where does it come from? That cannot come from the city in heaven. That cannot even come from an entity in heaven. There are voices that speak, the Bible said. There are all kinds of dragons that speak. And none of them is without significance. All of them has an utterance. And you can decide to give air to another spirit. There are entities in the spirit, and all of those entities seek partnership. And whosoever decide to give them the willingness, they occupy. Why? Because spirits are never happy until they find a host to tabernacle. So you can decide to become that host that can allow those spirits to tabernacle. Because there are entities in the spirit, we must be able to understand that we must yield ourselves to the Supreme One. God is spirit, the Bible said. It then means, if God is spirit, angels are spirit, demons are spirit. There are entities that are spirit also in the realm of the spirit. It then means that your only advantage in this operation is how much more you can be able to discern. It then means that your discernment is upon the standpoint of how much more you know God. Because I realize that it's possible for you in this journey to see what looks like God, which is not even God, and subscribe to it. And I found out that no matter how wise you think you are, in your innocency of heart, you will come to a point where you will encounter all kinds of falsehood in this journey. I believe before you meet one genuine man of God, you must have met at least 10 fake ones. Because you are not even sure whether you are not fake. Because many of you, your pursuit for God is fake, and because it's fake, you are already in the pathway to become fake. Your life, you know everything is a lie. You speak about what you don't know. You put upon people the burden to do what you cannot do. You speak about prayer, you cannot pray. You speak about fasting, you cannot pray. So you speak about it for people to do, and you yourself, you are deprived of the reality. How many of us speak about holiness, speak about something we cannot do? There was a man, I respect him so much. When I drew close to him, I realized that this man, everything he said was a lie. And I wonder how much more he said those things fluently. And I realized that the devil will help you to become fake so well. And sometimes the devil will allow you to remain for so long, and you will never be caught. And until one day, he will come himself to challenge you. And when he comes to challenge you, now you want to become real. But you have already subscribed to him, and you are dead. We went for a meeting with a minister. This minister is somebody I know that speaks so much about prayer. We have a meeting in the morning, and we have the other one in the evening. We have another one the next day, so that we can be able to round up. I was shocked what I find this minister watching. After meeting, we go back to the room, and I see this young man watching these things. When we come back and he stand on the pulpit, the way he breathed out fire, and I asked myself, I said, what's going on here? Everything this man is speaking against is what his life was in reality of it. And I knelt down and began to cry. I said, God, help this man. Not because of anything, but because he doesn't know, he's not wise. Because it's a dangerous thing when you are in the sight of the devil and God does nothing. It is a dangerous thing when somebody knows you are wrong and he permits you. Because you are about to be dead, you are about to be killed. That's why I'm trying to let you understand. Your heart posture towards God must be right. And your pursuit must be circumcised. And one of the reasons why all of this happens is because a time comes when the man lacked the supply of the spirit. There was a spirit that supplied to him before. But suddenly a time came, there was a deviation. And because there was a deviation, the gift and the callings of God are without repentance. So you can still do the show. And it doesn't matter. But after you have done the show for so long, a day will come when you need to change the wineskin. Because another level of warfare comes. And when that level of warfare comes, suddenly you cannot survive. You want to rise again like Samson and be able to take the city again. And you realize there is no longer strength. The spirit must be supplied upon us if we are going to be consistently with God. Why is only the spirit of God that is current? Every other thing is archaic. Every other thing is outdated. It's only the Spirit of God that has the ability to be renewed at all time. Every other spirit is not holy. It's only the Spirit of God that is holy. And that is why if you truly say you have the Holy Spirit, we should see certain level of trace pattern and character in your life. There's what is referred to as the realm of the Spirit. The realm of the Spirit is the ecosystem of the dealings of the Spirit. Many of you don't even know about the realm of the Spirit. You don't know. You don't know. If I ask you when you sleep, where do you go to? Immediately when you close your eyes today, you are going to appear in another realm. But you never care to find out what happened in those realms. I met a lady that literally, this one is not literally. This lady can wake up in the morning and she will see marks. They are flogging her in her dream and her body blood will come out. She said, but nobody enter my room and flog me. So she will lock the door next time. She will sleep on the bed, find herself on the ground with blood. When they beckon upon me, I say, do you know what is referred to as the realm of the Spirit? As simple as this thing is, they don't know. She said, what do you mean? I say, okay, let me bring you to perspective. When you sleep at night, what happened to you? She said she just knows that she's fighting somewhere. You know, she's struggling, and she wake up. I said, was that one in your room now? She said, no. I said, okay, now I want you to be more conscious. Because I realize that anytime you wait for the devil, it doesn't come. Even if you are a carnal person. Because it's only while men slept that the devil will come. I said, can you do me a favor? Sleep in the afternoon, in the night, don't sleep. Just stay awake. Nobody said you must be sleeping at night. The night is not meant for sleeping actually, in real sense. Just because the moon just moves, the sun moves, then you feel, no. Day does not end just because night comes. Because when it's night here, I travel to outside. When it's night here, it's day there. You are the one that called it like that. And anytime darkness comes, just know that demons love that advantage. So you are the one that will make the light. Say, let there be light. I say, wait for the devil. Sleep in the afternoon. Should be in the afternoon when you sleep, nothing happens. Say yes. Then there is something about the time gate of the night. It's the place of advantage of the devil. And if you don't know how to bring light to your darkness, you will remain in darkness. Because all of us are dwelling in darkness. We are the light of the world. If you don't know how to bring light into that darkness will encroach you. And in the rulership of the operation of the devil, he has an advantage in darkness because that is his own ecosystem. In the realm of the Spirit, there are only two divides: light and darkness. Neutral does not exist. Neutral only exists in physics. So the devil will push you to darkness because he knows that's where he has an advantage. But when you push him to light, he will leave because he can't survive there. So I say, stay awake and bring light to that region. And this lady will sleep in the daytime, nothing will happen. At night when she sleep, flogging and beating. And sometimes she's not flogged and beaten. You know what will happen? She will find herself with the spirit come and influence her. And that spirit will take her, operate her hand, take her to pornography site, find herself masturbating. She will wake up and see herself naked, moving around there. Spirit are real. Just because you don't know doesn't mean they are not real. Some of us have seen spirit walk into our room and they slapped us and they went back again and they laugh to let you know how powerless you are. When spirit want to deal with you, they do it even with all kinds of tenacity to make you look foolish. You must wake up as a warrior and say, thus far shall thou go and no more further. I said, let me show you the way of war. Wait for the spirit, because nobody approach battle without planning. The problem with you is that you have never planned your life. Devil has a plan, you don't have anyone. What are your strategies to survive? If somebody say I will kill you, tell the person, don't worry, just give me time. You two went back and do something. Because that utterance is the person say is enough to conjure spirit, because spirits are looking for who to kill. Why do you think there are days you wake up, things are just going wrong around you? Because spirits are looking for how to inflict all kinds of pain. Because until evil is done, they cannot rest. The establishment of the kingdom of darkness is to ensure that evil is perpetrated. The Bible called them wickedness. So until they do wickedness, their reality is not expressed. Because every spirit seeks to express its reality. So you enter a region, you find out why is there all kinds of immorality. Even if you enter church, you see it. You see it at least hidden in certain kind of people. They don't even know why. Spirit are looking for how to give expression. So you went to your friend's room, you greet your friend. After you are done, you went back, you begin to lost. Spirit transfer. And so you are not aware of it, and you are sleeping at night. That same friend come to sleep with you. What you don't know is that a transaction happened in the realm of the spirit. And although it was daytime, then the reality begin to function in the spirit. Watch a movie in the daytime. At night, you see the same reality begin to play out. You wonder why. Because that is where they have the advantage, and your knowledge begin to guide them according to that pattern. So when we say you study about God, it's so that in the realm of the spirit, you are not just led, you begin to be governed according to light. Because even God himself can't function in darkness. I say, okay, open your Bible, begin to read one chapter per day. Stay awake in the night. Let's see the spirit that will come. And I realize that when that lady stay away from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock and she sleep, nothing happen. Just stay awake playing a message or reading the Bible or just playing worship. Just stay awake. Nothing will happen. After a while, and I say, okay, let's try and see. Sleep now. My brothers and my sisters, glory be to God. As she slept again, the spirit came and dealt with her again. And I told her, from today, in the next 2 months, do not sleep again in the night until you have built stature to a point where the spirit look for the next victim. Because at this point now, you are already a victim. You are targeted for apoptosis. And if you are not wise, they will find a way to self-destruct you from the inside. Because every corruption was to put inside of you so that you can destroy yourself. Because the devil does not destroy from outside, it destroys from inside. The thing that kill men is from the inside. They were perfectly created until iniquity was found in thee. How can a man be in the coals of fire designed to purify him? He was in perfect alignment, but iniquity was found in him. So who created iniquity? If it was not created, we would not find somebody to occupy. It then means that our life was designed in such a way that there are certain level of infirmity that permit the operations of our will. Where do you tilt to? The knowledge of God that you have will guide your path, but to only guide your path according to your yieldedness. There are 3 kinds of life. The bios life. In the book of Leviticus 17 from 11, Bible speaks, for the life of the flesh is in his blood, and I have given to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your soul. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for souls. So every animal has a biological life. Every individual has a biological life. But that life is weak, because that life is still upon the governing authority of the bondage of Adam. Adam subscribed us to a system of rebellion, and all of us by default are not in alignment to God. So when a child is born innocent, he is not righteous. Although he is innocent, yet again the allotment of the bondage that Adam has granted has been given to him. So bios is a life, but that life has the corruption of Adamic nature. And by the time you advance, you see another life form referred to as sucher. The Bible speaking in the book of 1 Corinthians 15:45. You see, and so it is written that the first Adam was made a living soul, and the last Adam was a quickening spirit. Why did the last Adam become a quickening spirit? Because the living soul lacked the ability to be able to operate in the spirit. The soul is a slave in the realm of the spirit. It will require the spirit that is quickened by God to be able to regulate the operations of the soul. Our greatest challenge is our soul, because our soul takes us through corridors we don't want to go. You walk around the campus and suddenly you found a lady that you love. You don't care whether she's a wizard. You don't even care whether she's a witch. Your pastor tell you, no, 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 you say it's a lie. Your mother say, no, no, you say it's a lie. In fact, you can begin to have dreams and vision permeated by the soul, and the soul begin to regulate you. And after a while, it will take 2 years, you now realize that, Kai, you are foolish. I know a guy that was dating a lady, and every day he come and give us dreams and visions that this is what the lady, that the lady is a very spiritual lady. I told him all these encounters was permeated by the devil. See, there is nobody that the devil is going to use against you that is not spiritual. As a spiritual person, if the devil is going to send anybody, the person will be either more spiritual than you. They will understand spiritual things more because they will be strategically designed and formed against you. And that is the reason why many people, it will take them 10 years to realize they married somebody that was designed to destroy their destiny. And they will never know. And that is the reason why you must be careful, because there are people that their life is regulated by sucher. They wake up and they behave the way they want to behave. How many of you behave in Rome as the Roman behave? You find yourself in Lagos. I say everybody in Lagos is like that. I flew into Lagos the other time. I found some of our friends that we knew on campus that we used to hold our hands to pray together. I found one, she's a lesbian. I found the other one, she's dancing in a club. I said, what happened to the fire? Where did that revival go? You were the one that told us that God has called you to do this, to do that, to do this, to do this.